Доброго дня.
Good afternoon. This is Media Center Ukraine, Odessa. We have a lot of events planned for today, so please follow our announcements because we are going to have events till 3 p.m. today. We decided to start today with the NGO Spilna meta, common goal. Who will tell us about how to use plastic to buy an ambulance for the military of Ukraine? We're having with us Volodymyr Savchenko, the head of the project, and Vladyslav Mykhaylenko, PhD in ecology, assistant of the Department of Ecology and Environmental Protection of the Odesa State Ecological University, member of the Council of Young Scientists. Volodymyr, the floor is yours. Please share us your results. 9 months ago, we announced a huge campaign to collect plastic caps to buy ambulance for the armed forces of Ukraine. And I would like to say that our NGO Spilna Meta has bought more than 60 ambulances that have been already handed over to the armed forces of Ukraine. But the last ambulance, the latest, is unique. This is the project which we call Plastics Saving People's Lives. And the aim of the project is to say that we have a lot of waste that can be used to buy such ambulances, to buy ambulance a day. Over 9 months, the whole Ukraine has been sorting the solid waste. There were more than 6 regional cities. We collaborated with the postal service Nova Poshta to collect plastic from all over Ukraine. So we have collected 11,000 kilos of plastic, which is 11 million of lids, of caps, bottle caps. Children, elderly, they were involved in collecting these caps, in sorting, and we bought the ambulance that will be sent to the brigade, which now fights the hottest spot of the front line near Bakhmut. And the ambulance that we bought is in good condition, and the representatives of the Odesa Military Administration provided humanitarian aid for the ambulance. So this is not just an empty car, but it is filled with equipment that, as we hope, will save the lives of our defenders. This is the unique project to show people that if we deal with the household solid waste properly, we can help Ukraine. This is not only about plastic, this is also about aluminum or other types of solid waste. Why have we decided to collect caps, bottle caps? We have collected a lot of them in cafes and restaurants, and this is quite a clean project. So they have no smell. And if compared to aluminum bottle or can, it has a special odor. And we were afraid that we could lose our partners because of this smell. That's why we decided to collect the plastic of HDPE type. People were involved in collecting and sorting these caps. This could be a child in one city of Ukraine and an old woman in Lviv. And our joint efforts allowed us to support the armed forces of Ukraine. Just a small clarification before giving floor to our second guest. How much money have you collected through these plastic caps? That was around $3,500, and the price was around 5,000. And now we have quite difficult situation in the east of Ukraine, and we understood that we needed around 2 more months to collect the whole amount. That's why, but we understood that that was no time for waiting, so we decided to add money through donations, and also we added our own funds and the money of our friends, because that was important to hand over the ambulance to the front line right now. So we just compensated a bit by our own efforts for this ambulance to be sent to the front line as soon as possible. And you will continue collecting, right? Yes, of course, because we're not going to stop. Vladislav, the floor is yours. Just a few words about the project. Can it be scaled up to cover more regions of Ukraine? Despite the fact that this is quite a big project now, and more than 50 cities and towns were involved in collecting caps. And actually, we decided to increase the scale. And during the so-called ecological route that took place on Sunday, we were promised by the educational department of the regional administration that they will send a letter to every school in Odessa for them to collect plastic caps. And actually, I would like to say that schools are very efficient in collecting plastic caps. And but now we know that we have remote classes, and that's why we couldn't collect as many plastic caps as possible. But now some schools are reopened, and we will be able to organize collection of plastic caps at schools. And other cities would like to be involved in the process, like the city of Sumy. And actually, we're also planning to organize a massive collection in Cherkasy, because their administration also promised to support us at the regional level. And the latest question from me, then I will give the floor to our colleagues. Where are these plastic caps processed? Because I know that there were several plastic collection campaigns in Odessa, and do you have them processed in Ukraine or abroad? Can you share the details about the company that processed it? It was important for us for Ukraine to process these plastic caps, and there is an Odessa company which is named Vtorma. The company collects plastic caps, and they use this plastic. They sell this plastic for the some household items to be produced. And our volunteers from Spilna Meta, they sort plastic by colors, because when we speak about mixed colors, it's around 5 hryvnias per kilo, and if it is sorted by color, then it's 14 hryvnias per kilo. So you can see that there is twofold increase in price. Use the mic, please. Volodymyr Savchenko, the TV radio station of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, breathes. And this is the only area of your work. Do you have any other plans for using plastic that you collect? Thank you for your question. Within our NGO, Spilna Meta, we have the ecological project, the City of the Future, Misto Maybutnogo, that we founded in 2015. Our aim was to promote the proper handling of the solid waste, namely sorting of the solid waste. And we organized the tours to collect different types of solid waste in different areas of Odessa. Spilna Meta has a different aim, and we have office in the Kyivo-Mogilyansk Academy, and now our representatives are in Kramatorsk, who have gone there together with the American journalists to cover the situation there. We also have a collection center in Tolbukhina Street, in Tolbukhina Square in Odessa, and we have actually offices all over Ukraine, in Ternopil, in Kyiv, and a lot of our representatives have joined the armed forces of Ukraine, namely the Brigade 126. Usually, we do not share much details about our activity just for hype. And actually, the project that we are presenting today is unique because it has united a great number of people over 9 months, and around 40,000 of people were involved in the process, starting with the collection of the plastic caps and to the final sale of this plastic. So, and actually, this was not the first ambulance that we bought, because before we bought the ambulance for Brigade 126 to Tsunami Battalion, which is now near Zaporizhzhia. We bought 2 ambulances for that battalion, and but that was a unique project about plastic, because one of our objectives was to promote proper solid waste handling. And we need to work more and to speak less right now. And this project was kind of an exclusion in terms of the information campaign. And I would also like to tell a bit about the ecological initiatives, because we have also additional events like Eco Route, and we collect different types of solid waste from citizens of Odessa, namely. We have educational program to promote the proper solid waste handling. And we have one more campaign to collect cans to produce trench candles. And we have already collected thousands of such cans to produce thousands of trench candles. Maria Litanska, Odessa Digest, and you now know the result of your campaign for plastic caps. Don't you plan to add some other items for the collection, like plastic bottles? As for the plastic, we collect it because this is the most convenient item for collecting, and they are always clean, almost always, and we can actually get money for this. When it comes to plastic bottles of the PET type, you need to press them, you need to wash them, and their profitability is less. Around 3-4 years ago, the Misto of Maybutnogo had an experience, and there we just installed metallic containers for people to collect bottles. But people don't understand still that they need to press these bottles. And unfortunately, other types of plastics are not collected in Ukraine. Yes, but we have some other materials like metal, glass. Of course, we are going to expand our activity. But our activities, our resources depend on the governmental support. I would also like to say that we also wanted not only to buy the new ambulance, but we wanted to show to our foreign partners that our nation is eco-friendly, because in every European city, sorting of solid waste is something normal. It's like parking properly. And we wanted to demonstrate to the whole world that Ukrainians are eco-friendly, that we understand that we should continue caring about our environment. We have our friends in European eco-friendly organizations that also support us, and they support us because they see that we were able to collect a huge amount of plastic caps. And we want to get rid of that Soviet stereotype. We want to show that Ukrainians are a progressive nation, and eco-activism is very popular now in the world. And this can only help to improve the image of our country. That's why I would like to thank everyone who took part in this campaign. I have one more question. What equipment was provided by the military administration to the ambulance? Some basic things, different type. This is the bed and also the medication needed in plastic containers, syringes, and everything needed for this ambulance. And we got around 15-20 boxes of humanitarian aid for this ambulance. Thank you. Thank you for being with us today. But I would like to remind that this is the first briefing. Today at 1 p.m., we will have the representatives of the NGO Pavlograd Search and Rescue Dog Handling Squad. They will be here today with their dogs, and they were involved in searching for survivors and those who died after the missile shelling in Ukraine. And at 4 p.m., we are going to have Serhiy Pritula with us, a volunteer. And we are going to have one more briefing today at 3 p.m. The information will be published on our channel in several minutes, so stay tuned.